Do you ever find that, you're doing a painting and everything's going fantastically well and you're really happy about it? And on other occasions, it's going in the opposite direction. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I turned a painting around that I started and I really disliked. And I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I persevered and landed up doing something that I was really happy with. So I'm going to take you through the process, stay to the end to see the end result, and I hope you enjoy. So I've started doing some drawing over this canvas, which I've gessoed. It's quite a big canvas of 80 by 60 centimetres or 31 by 23 inches. And I started painting it and had these ideas and sort of got it going. And I wanted to use this cushion because the colours in it, because it's in my room at home, my new house. And I wanted something for the walls in there. And I decided I'd do some collage. These are just pieces of paper which I was gluing on. And I was very excited about, getting something done. And then once I'd painted it up and I'd got it to a certain stage, I really didn't like it. So I did something really drastic and I sandpapered it all, took all the collage off and started again. And actually what I was left with, I was really pleased with. I liked what had happened to it. And I decided I'd put a bit of paste on it, some moulding paste, and I got that going and I started drawing on it again and was a bit more excited because I liked what had happened once I'd taken all the collage off. And then I did a stupid thing, really. I glazed it in this really bright pink red. It's kind of quite day glow. Good. I don't know why I did this, but anyway, I did. And then I decided that I would put another glaze on it in orange this time. So not so much. And started to get it back again, and it started to look a bit better, but it still kind of wasn't right, although I persevered here. And I think this is such an interesting thing about when we're painting. You just have to keep going through the barriers and see what's going to happen. I still wanted these colours of oranges and teal, and I used a little a sponge roller brush for some of it, and then there you can see me using it there, and also the brush, and started putting some other shapes in, very small shapes. I don't know why. But any case, it was kind of going in a flow and I was feeling a little bit better about it. Still not quite in the space that I wanted it to be. And so I continued and continued. And it fascinates me because, we have to go through a process. And then eventually I thought, I'm not happy. So I put some buff white on it and used here my trowel to cover a lot of what I'd done up. And now it started to feel great. So I used some buff white and I used then also some titanium white and covered it over, some of it over anyway, with this trowel. And I loved those effects. It was really nice because it brought out some of the colour from underneath. And then onto the squeegee to get some different effects, and then drawing back into it. And this time, I think I was very much more connected to the painting. And it's kind of been an interesting process because I've recently moved house and it's very unsettling, and I started again in my new studio and everything's new and unfamiliar. And I think this was coming through in the painting. I just wasn't kind of connecting to it how I would normally do. And that's something, you might recognize in yourself. If you're feeling unsettled, those emotions, come out in our painting, which actually is a really positive thing and can help us release all the tension and anxiety that we might have. And certainly for me, it's been a bit of a hectic 3 weeks moving and getting everything sorted out. And I'm still not sorted out, but I'm feeling a lot more settled and familiar with where I am. And when I look at this painting, I can kind of get the feeling that I've got what you'll see as I get to the end. It's sort of chaos on one side and more ordered on the other, which is very much where I am at the moment. Some of the house is absolutely fine and I'm happy with it, and some of it's still in boxes and in chaos. And I kind of get the feeling that this painting is representing that emotion in me, because I'm not one for being in chaos. I love to be organized. So I think this shows up very much so in the end result of this painting. But it's certainly coming together for me in a much better way. And I'm using all kind of interesting colors. But my basic color is the cadmium orange and some teal blue, and I'm mixing that with some browns and Mars red and a little bit of black. So I'm keeping some harmony because I'm using the colors that I've got mainly in the mix. And there's also quite a bit of yellow ochre. So, that's something to be mindful of when you're painting, to keep, the colors, in harmony with each other. I'm now looking at, creating some interesting contrasts and color values, lights against dark, and some interest and focal point. So to keep the eye going around the painting. And it feels, now as if it's got some cohesiveness, and I'm much happier with how it's going. So these kind of nice blues I'm mixing with a little bit of the ochre and a lot of white. So, and then increasing the teal, increasing the black. So I'm using all those different tones to get the different contrasts in colors, but at the same time staying in harmony. They're all staying in harmony with each other. So from where I started, this painting has now got a real history. And I think that actually makes it quite exciting. So if you're interested in doing lots of interesting things with your painting, I have a great mini course, which is free, which I'll leave the link below. I've also got some exciting things happening this year. And I'm having 2 retreats in Spain, creative art retreats. And if you fancy a brilliant vacation, then go and check that out. And all the links will be below. So I'm getting there now with this painting. It's really now beginning to come together, and I'm feeling much happier with it and very much more connected and in the flow. And I've got a nice space for it in my new sitting room, and I'm looking forward to putting it up on the wall, which I'll show you when I've come to the end, which we're nearly there with it now. It's nearly coming. I put it up on the easel, so I've got a better view of it. I can stand back and have a look, and that makes a difference. Putting it, when it's just flat, you can't see really all the perspectives of it. So I decided I'd put it up on the easel to get that perspective and see how it feels when you stand back and have a look at it. So the colors are really coming together, and the shapes, are nice. I'm liking how that's working out. And you can see what I mean about one side of it being very organized and quite geometrical in a way, and the other side still not as much mess as it was, but it's not got that same structure from one side to the other, which is, I think, how I feel about everything at the moment. So I'm putting some white, titanium white, down on top of this buff. It's very subtle, but it's a nice kind of change in the contrast, a subtle change in the center of the painting. And I've lightened up this blue, and to have that on the top and on the bottom, and then different tones of it Again, wanting some really good contrasts and color values, and looking at the composition. Is it balanced? And I think that's really important to be looking at when you're painting, the balance of it. How does it feel? So far, it's got quite a good balance. I'm really just kind of increasing the layers now with the brush, going over some of the edges, and again adding balance, putting some of the shades into the background, and really doing finishing touches. And I actually carry on to do a few more finishing touches, which you'll see, which I've done with some woody crayons, to again add some interest and take the eye around the picture. So I'm nearly there with it now, and what a transformation. It's so completely different to, where I started. So here it is, nearly finished. And then I put some circles on and a few lines just to finish it off, so you can see now on a close-up, and I'm really happy with the end result. So here it is up on the wall at home, and I'm really happy with it. Let me know in the comments if you've gone through this process and what you've managed to turn around. That would be great. And if you've enjoyed this video, do give me the thumbs up. Press the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. And thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.